Hi there, fellow weirdos and weirdettes. My name is Haunted. Today we're going to be working on the Bellhop Porter again. So last time we left you off, we had finished the trim piping around his vest, and we had done the pin washing and that I can't remember. Anyways, we're going to continue work with him today. Hello, Ben or Doug. Sorry, geez, I will get these names right one of these days. How are you doing? So let's get old Maxine out of the way. This is one I finished up the other night. This is Orville Agassiz, I think his name is, whatever. But he's from the Explorers faction. EBS in particular. He's one of the coolest totems I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, we finished him up the other night, and pretty proud of this little duder. But yeah, Mr. Popcorn looks great. Yes, that's what I listed him as. I listed him as Orville Redenbacher Agassiz or whatever. That's funny. Okay, let's put my eyeballs on and get working. All right. So how's everybody doing today? Okay, first and foremost, I need to dust this dude off. He is a little dusty. Amazing how much dust accumulates in just the span of a week. We got some focus issues going on there. Okay, do a little bit of work on his bags and such. So a little bit of Rhinox hide we're going on with here. You know, it kind of fits him too. The popcorn thing. Not only is his name Orville, but he's got that smoke that kind of looks like popcorn behind him. So it very well suits him. That name, I like it. Yep. I figured you might be thinking that. Not just the name, but that cloud behind him too. I like that I went back and changed the cloud. I initially just had it just grayscale, you know, like it was just like the white smoke that kind of comes out of a steam engine. But then I started thinking, I said, you know, it's a little too bright. It doesn't fit in with the rest of it. So I went back in and did a little bit darker and add a little bit of the burnt red to the top of it to kind of tie it in with what was coming out of the engine itself. And I think that cinched it at that point. Was that a question from Facebook or YouTube? Because I didn't see that one. From the tube of use. I thought it was supposed to show you the chat from both of them, but maybe that's only in OBS. And I'm not looking at OBS right now. I'm looking at the actual stream. Maybe that's why. So if you talk to YouTube or through YouTube and I don't respond, I'm not ignoring you. I just don't see it, unfortunately. Swirly clouds and fiery things are always tricky to paint since they're so dynamic. But you're painting a moment for us. That's very true. Yeah, very true. I do believe Broken Toad has changed their bristle manufacturer. I'm not particularly fond of these anymore. Something has gone wrong with their quality control. It splays an awful lot. Used to love my Broken Toad brushes. It could be needs a little break-in period too. I've found that with a lot of brushes that they need a little bit of a break-in too, so that could be part of it. I did just crack this sucker open today. Yeah, I used to like Winsor & Newton too, but I got like 7 lemons in a row and I gave up on them at that point. They were too expensive to get lemons like that in that number, that ratio anyways. It was a really bad time there when Kolonskis were not allowed to be imported into the U.S. or something like that. And there were a lot of fakers going around on Amazon and such. And that was, I think, what contributed to my downfall on Winsor & Newton's. I must have gotten some of the fakes. I don't know, but I'm not going to trust them anymore unless I can walk into their little shop in the UK and buy them direct. I never treat brushes nicely. I keep them clean and stuff like that, but I slather them up with washes. I slather them up with metallics. I don't care because if a brush lasts me one commission, it is paid for itself, so it doesn't matter. So I wreck brushes in a bad way. Besides, I can't keep up with which one is new, which one's not, which one I've cleaned, which one I haven't. So yeah, they don't last with me. But like I said, if they last one commission, they've paid for themselves. So it doesn't matter a whole lot if they die. May have been an unfortunate conflict involving my behind versus one of my artists. The brush. Oh, damn, that's good. The emote does not show the pain by that smile. I'm so sorry. The way you put that just cracked me up. Hey, Z, how are you doing? Welcome in. This is like 2 streams in a row almost, isn't it? Hey, Z, do you want to see Orville finished up? I know you got to watch some of him going together. Show up real quick again. area is all finished up. Other than the base, I still need to do the resin pour on the base, but that's been finished up. Z. Thank you. Windsor Newton brush restore and cleaner will bring most dead brushes back to life. Yeah, I've got some of that too. But it doesn't help. Doesn't help all the time. At least not the way I treat my brushes. And like I said, a brush is $15 to $20, $15 to $25, and if they last a commission, they've paid for themselves. So I don't worry too much about extra cleaning anymore. I got some Masters brush cleaner and preserver that I use in between like painting sessions, but that's all they get. Orwell is perpetually making vroom sounds in my mouth. He's fine. Yes, Kyle, I agree. Although it should be more like chugga 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 chugga, because it's like a steam powered machine, isn't it? So it should sound more like a train. But vroom works too. Can I please get to that bottom section there? Like the base and the handle are preventing me from touching it. I may just have to pop this guy off the base to get to that. Or maybe plain noises. Yeah, plain noises, I guess. This is Calvary Brown, I think it was. Yeah, Calvary? Yes, Calvary Brown. Going for a little more orange, burnt orange leather here. That sounds about right there, Doug. I hope the fan noise is not too annoying. If it is, I can turn it off. I'll just sweat like a wildebeest. But let me know if it's too loud. Not hearing any fan noise. Excellent. Fantastic. That makes me happy. I pulled a floor fan in here because the overhead one blows directly on my palette and dries it out insanely fast. So I brought a floor fan in right before stream, and I think that's going to help. So I can stay frosty. Fantastic. Frosty. That's the way I like to say. Okay, we got a different color idea for the other bag. We want to do red, purple. Going to do purple on a scarf too, so that'll be tied in. Hey, Kat, how you doing? Green. Oh, that's an interesting color. Okay, well, I guess we could do like a forest green or something. That would work. Okay. Go. Since I've got so much in the red spectrum on them already, yeah, we could do that. Hey, Roger, thank you for that follow. Appreciate that. Mr. Tiger, how are you doing, sir? Forest green does give kind of an old school travel vibe. Yeah, that does work. I agree. Let's see here. Let's go with some Caliban green, or for those from the other place, dark angel green. Yeah, I think that'd work nice. We kind of got some like forest colors going on here. And we have a ton more bags to paint for him too, so it's not like just these 4. We're gonna all those ones on his back too. I don't know if we'll get to those today or not, but probably not because I forgot to prime them. They're still bare plastic. But we can get these, and we can work on some of the edge highlights on his metal and stuff like that. Hello, cat. Okay. Let's get that forest green knocked in there, or the Caliban green, whatever. I think my mom actually had I forgot a little bit of brown there. I think she actually had a forest green suitcase that had like almost turned like lime green in certain places where it had gotten wore off, or gotten wear on it. So, yeah, we might have some fun with that. Okay. A little more coverage here on the outside. Okay, got those based in, I think. Yeah. All right. Salty sea bass. If you want to go nuts, you should put some. Oh, no. Not getting paid enough for that one, my friend. Maybe on mine. Actually, what I do need to do is get some of that paper that you can make transfers with, decals or decals, as some people call them. But I do need to get some of that paper, and actually, so I can make my own transfers, because that would be a great case for them. Travel stickers would be beautiful on this, but I'm not going to be freehanding those. No, 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 no. Not on this one. See, Tiger there, he can make jokes like that because he actually is the one that got me started doing freehand in the first place. I actually was scared to death of freehand, and he was just like, "Well, just try it a little bit, just these little flowers on every single miniature that you paint. It'll be fine." And it was no big deal, and that kind of broke through that mental barrier I had against doing freehand. Yeah, yeah. See, that could work, but not freehand yet. Well, yeah, yeah, you could. I have a feeling it would stick out a little too thick on this if you used any kind of quality paper to get a decent print, especially at the size they're going to have to be for these little suitcases. It would literally stick up like that. The card is like 3 inches thick. So in scale terms. So I wouldn't want to use paper. Yeah, but then you won't have detail. This is greenskin green. Took me a second. I haven't used it in a long time. We still got to go in and do all the non-metallic handles. Woohoo! Yay! And hardware and all that crap for these. That'll be fun. Don't get on the joints. We don't want to have to redo those. Got a little crazy there on that corner. We'll have to fix that. Let's see here. I'm going to get, if I can find it, I've got a little stippling brush somewhere. There it is. It's an old brush. One of my, used to be my favorites, Scharf. They're a French-made company. And I haven't tried any of their brushes in a long time, but they used to be really good. But anyways, that one had died a long time ago, and I just snipped off most of the body and made kind of a stippling brush out of it. Just don't want to get too close to the metal. Maybe come in with a lighter color too. Let's see here. Warpstone green, maybe? Iosin green. That'd probably work. Actually, you know what? That isn't good enough. Let's make a big jump. Go to Ios and mix with a little moot. That will brighten it up in a hurry. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, get that out of the way. Okay, got a little bit of a weathered look on there on that suitcase now. Semi-weathered, not like crazy weathered, but a little bit. Okay, let's get some wash going on that orange one. This is Vallejo sepia wash. It's a good alternative to Agrax, or it's not quite as orange as Seraphim sepia. So, ooh, I missed a spot there. Hang on. So it doesn't work for that one, but it does work pretty well for the other. That's a stand-in for Agrax. So, and the cool thing about it is you can buy it in a 200 milliliter tub for about $8, $9. And yeah, it's a big old tub. It lasts a while. Just to give you an idea, this is standard size wash that some people use, right? That's about $8, right? This is the 200 milliliter for $8. But they only have those two particular colors, which is kind of a bummer. But if you're looking for a cheap way to get some washes, that's one way to do it. Dadgum, I missed that bit of orange too. Man. There must have been a little ridge in there in the plastic that I didn't quite get out, and that caused that. Okay. Let that one dry there. I'm going to work on weathering this one up a little bit. Hey, weird. What do I think of yesterday's reveals? I might have missed yesterday's reveals. Was that Mecha Ma? Or was that another one that I didn't see? Because Mecha Ma, I'm super duper happy about. Like I said, I just have gotten into, well, you can't see it, but I just have gotten into, yes, Mecha Ma, yes. that I'm excited about. I just have gotten into the Trixie keyword, so that makes me excited. I also have just gotten Mayfang and her Nightmare crew as well. So I've got both versions, Old and Nightmare. So I'm excited about both those reveals. I wasn't sure if that was the one, or if it was there was another one that I missed in between that one. But I've been keeping up pretty good on them. I've really liked all of them, honestly. I hope like she is gigantic on that base, like super gigantor. Your hobby heart needs them all. Don't we all, man? I'll probably have them too. I've got listen, I've got a bunch of my own already painted, but I've literally got 2 30-gallon tubs full of weird on sprue that I have yet to finish. So I go a little stupid with weird sometimes, which is probably a good thing for you guys. But yeah, I've got a lot of Malifaux to paint. All right, let's get this washed up here real quick, so we're not transferring green to our brown. Yeah. One of these days I'll have time to paint my own miniatures. As soon as I finish the Explorer Society keyword for somebody and the 10 Thunders keyword from somebody else. You have the entire rest of the 10. Let's not bring up the negativity. Oh, it's not negative. It's just I want to paint mine, but I'm painting other people's. Okay. Now, this is a mix of Rhinox Hide and Mournfang. Yeah, I'm doing the entire keyword for him, and I'm basically doing the entire Explorer Society keyword or faction for another client. I think the only one I'm not doing for them is the Seeker, whatever Yedza is. I think it's Seeker. That's the only one I'm not doing for them because they've already had somebody else to do that one. Yeah. How long do you feel it takes for a stippling brush to get good? That is definitely a kind of a subjective matter, I guess. The biggest thing is you have to have a brush that's got enough snap to it that the bristles will kind of keep their shape even after you snip half of them off. And this one was one of those that had a lot of snap new. And the only reason I actually turned this one into a stippling brush is because I got a little impatient one day and painted something that had super glue near it and got super glue in the tip, and it froze the tip. So yeah. That's what I get for being talented. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's kind of a subjective thing, you know. It's either going to be a good brush or it's not going to be a good stippling brush. And they do sell stippling brushes. You can go buy a stippling brush if you don't want to, you know, wait for one to get good from your current stock. But I just tend to use leftover brushes that have died or gone by the wayside. I know that's not really a good answer. I'm sorry about that. I don't know how I would qualify what constitutes a good brush, other than, like I said, it has to have a little bit of snap to it prior to the snipping of the bristles. You think that's a fine answer? Okay, good. I feel like sometimes I get distracted, or sometimes I just don't have a really good answer. It's a feel thing. That's a lot of painting is a feel, and it's not something that translates well into a direction or something that somebody can follow. Like a lot of times when I start on a minute, when I'm working with miniatures, if I don't have like a set schedule, I move from what miniature speaks to me in a creative way. Like in particular, this one got to me, and Orville got to me, the other day, and Keo got to me the other day. It's just one of those. It's a feel. It's one of those things. It's a feel, and you can't quantify it or expropriate it into a chart or anything like that. So, no, I don't know if you can see. There's some white stuff down in there. That is one of the only failings of that wash that I showed you, that Vallejo wash. If you have any water in your brush, it will frost like that. So I'll have to go back in there and fix that. That's one of the disadvantages to it. It's not a horrible thing. You can obviously work around it, but it is something to be aware of. Okay, that there. And then we'll go to just pure Rhinox hide for the next little bit of stippling. A little more dry brushing there. Get that out. Too much paint was in there. Okay. I'll come in and edge that one. To get the wear that we didn't get with the stipple. New model looks great. I like the thematic direction. Yeah, I'm a big fan. It's a lot of models. I'm wondering when they're going to start filtering out. But I'm definitely excited to get my hands on some, especially for the ones that I play on a more regular basis. Like I'm looking forward to the Revo one, and the Dreamer one, and the Vix one. Like I said, I've made a conversion for the original Vix, or the 2E Vix, so that they can combine to form Super Victoria. But it'd be nice to have once you can get the official model too. And of course, the enforcers or henchmen that go with them. That's not as easy to convert. New Dreamer's playstyle has me a little confused as to how it will actually work. Yeah, I have not put enough brain power into like mental jockeying those numbers around and seeing what it does. Which is fun. I had just kind of started getting the hang of Old Dreamer when that one came. Well, I say before the FAQ, because that was when it got changed up the most recently, or errata, not FAQ. Sorry, changing up the way summons work. That I've still got to kind of get my head around. I think basically all you got to do is hire in more of the models you plan on doing scheming with, and summoning the ones that are just cannon fodder. So. Think you just need to get it to the table and screw around with it and your head wrapped around it. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much the way any new card is, any master is. I have been more a more painter than a player, and because of that, I like the game. I like the way it plays. I've seen it played. I've played a little bit, but I'm not an expert by any means on it. I'm constantly having to look up things. I'm constantly sitting there going, what do I do? If I do this, then I gotta have that there. And it takes me about 10 hours to make a turn, or to make an activation. So I decided that what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one master, because that's part of the problem. I've got master paralysis, okay? Because I've got at least 2 keywords out of every faction. And some factions I have many more than that. Like I've got essentially the entire Neverborn faction, minus Marcus, okay? So, in Rezzers, I've got almost everything, except for, oh shoot, what's his name? Von Stuck. I don't have his keyword, Academia keyword or whatever. I don't have that one. So I've got master paralysis. I don't know what to do because I've got so many choices, so many play styles, right? And so I decided I've got to just sit down and play one master for 10 plus games, learn that master until I lose that paralysis, until I can make snap decisions. When I see something hit the table, I know exactly what I'm doing on my next activation because I know the card front and back. Okay. So to do that, besides playing just one master, I've taken to every night, I spend 30 minutes. I set the timer. I spend 30 minutes going through the keywords cards, front and back, learning that card over and over, just going through my head. I'm not super young, so I don't learn things as quick as I used to. So that's my method. I'm trying to work with to get better at Malifaux, is just that repetition every night, like I'm studying for an exam. It's okay if I don't have Marcus. You got him covered. Nice. You just played Errata Dreamer for the first time since the Errata FAQ GGQ2 last week. Definitely need to remember that my summons weren't going to be able to be part of the strat. Yep. Yeah, I mean that's basically all you got to remember. That's not going to be a strat issue for you, and yeah, just changes up the way you build your crew and the way you summon, I think. I was a bit little, like upset because that was the only master I felt like I had a little bit of a handle on. And then it got changed up. Everybody's, he's overpowered. And I can see that, but from my standpoint, it was the only one that actually gave me a chance, I guess, because he was kind of overpowered. Okay. Get a couple of these little wrinkles too, I think. There's a couple of those in here. Yeah, I saw you were pretty happy about Beast Mode Marcus. I didn't really look at the card. But it's nice to see him get a little love because I think he's kind of one of those that was a little left behind. Like probably one of the least played masters, I think. So it's good to see him get some love. Okay, I'm going to mix in a little bit of Japanese uniform with some of that Mornfang Brown. And do a couple final stipples and edgings on that those brown suitcases. Sad that I can't sell my little Oogie Boogies anymore, but I've always liked Insidious Madness better. Japanese uniform, World War II, yes, from Vallejo model color. This and English uniform and ice yellow and Rhinox hide, along with white, are my favorite colors, mainly for well, they work well with leathers too, but also for non-metallic gold. So these get a lot of use. Marcus, so far in M3E, has been more of a support master with mutation shenanigans. It's cool to see him have an option to be ready to go rip somebody's face off himself. Yeah, no doubt. Ooh, focus. Focus, baby. Here we go. That's a little better. Okay. Now, I'm going to drop a little bit of that on our stipple brush. Do a couple more little stipples on here. You do love Mutation Master. Like I said, didn't really play him. Never played against him either. I don't know anybody that plays him in my local meta. Maybe I should give him a look, and then I'll have something nobody else has seen on the table. Might give me a semi-advantage. Okay, just edging this up a little bit here, reinforcing what the stipple brush has already hit. And once we get done with these bags, which may still take us a little while because we still have to do all the trim, like the opening trim and the handles and stuff. But if we can finish it, then we'll start doing the edging on Mr. Roboto there. Really interested in Ma's new Enforcer having some more scrap interaction. Seems like definitely two directions for Ma. Yeah. Very cool. All right, let's get this bit mixed with the Japanese uniform, catch those edges. More incentive to bring sparks. I like that. They're running game more utility. Nice. Okay, I'm going to come back here to, I think I've already used this color here, but if not, we're just going to reinforce it a little bit smaller area than what we did before. This is the mix of Rhinox and Mornfang. And then we'll do some Mornfang directly next to it. One thing we did not do, we didn't get his purple sorted for that little cravat, the necktie thing. Let's get that started too. Well, I am happy that has stemmed the complaint of no gremlin love now. I mean, although we'd already seen the Ulix preview, the flaming pig with the bow and arrow. So we knew they were getting some. It was a matter of time of getting it to the proper content provider, the one that liked gremlins. So I'm glad we got some of that out there now. This is Nightshade purple. MSRP or MSP, MRP, whatever the hell it is. Reaper paints. Those ones. Arcanist players seem to love our Foundry models, though. Yeah. Well, I guess he's going from Mei Fang being Arcanist and Ten Thunder and having the Foundry keyword. Because she is a dual master there. Okay, then we'll come in with a little Hex Lichen. Okay. And then once we do that, we'll mix in a little bit of Warlord Purple into that X-Lichen and paint us a couple of highlights on there. And his little scarf will be done. I know I'm jumping around a lot, but there's a lot of little things I'm seeing that are just bothering me, so I'm having to hit those first. And it always make me laugh because they call this Warlord Purple, but it's more pink or a fuchsia than a purple. Split there. Up here. Okay. We may just come back in with just a little bit more of the Warlord Purple. Bring it up a little bit more. And reinforce this little bump right here. Just a wee bit more here too. Just a wee bit. There. I think that'll work. Okay. All right. His purple little scarf is done now. I'm going to go to Mournfang here. Do a little more on this brim here on his hat. And then we'll mix a little bit of that Japanese uniform into the Mournfang. Get up a little bit up here on the upper brim portion. And a little more Japanese uniform. Bring it up just a bit brighter. You do love how the new titles feel very driven by the ongoing story. Yeah, I'm I've never been a huge fluff person. Like I get just enough fluff to decide which crew I like usually, or which faction or whatever I want to join. But Malifaux has such a rich history, and with these new changes now, due to the story, I need to get into it and start reading them. I actually just ordered like 4 of the faction books. That was all my retailer had at the time, and I'm gonna sit down and spend some time reading those, so I have a little bit more of an idea what's going on. I mean, like I had the general picture, right? But we got this new book coming out, the is it The Burning of Malifaux or something like that, or Malifaux on Fire or something, whatever. We've got this new one coming out that's describing the Burning Man or the Burning Titan or whatever it is, and I want to know what all that's about. And I feel like I need to have some backstory before even diving into it. Breachside Broadcast is a good way to get into the fluff. It's effectively lore audiobooks. That's cool. Unfortunately, I'm not really good with audiobooks. I don't know why, but unless I'm like trapped in a car with nothing else to do, I cannot do audiobooks. I'm a little ADD, and I get a little distracted by other things in the room or things on TV or things on the computer or whatever, or start browsing the internet window while I'm listening, and I totally don't comprehend what they're saying. So audiobooks don't work for me. But yeah, I understand for most people it's a good plan, but it doesn't work for me. Hello. Okay, I know I left this handle undone for some reason. I don't know why. But it should be like leather wrapped. All we want to do is the hardware, not the handle. But yeah, I'm gonna be picking up some of the books and reading them, getting caught up before the new faction book comes, or the new lore book comes out. Like audiobooks when you paint or when you work out. Nice. Here we go. And there's one there. I don't know if I want to paint that one just yet. I guess it doesn't get in the way too much. Okay, now we can do these handles and stuff. So now we're going to come in with some English uniform and get the hair off my brush first. Thanks, Cat. Catch this little bit of trim here. And yeah, oops, a little too close there. That'd be all right. And we'll put some up here around the latches. Now, as small as these are, you really don't have to be like super duper blendy. You just got to get that suggestion that you've got some transitions yellow to brown in here. It will pull off a look like a metallic gold well enough in the small area. Of course, when you're talking about larger areas, yeah, you need to blend it all. But in these, most of the cases, a little side by side layering is enough for you. Okay. There. I really need to figure out NMM at some point. Doug is there's not a lot to figure out. I mean, poopadoodle. It's a matter of changing browns and yellows into a gold look-alike by using light, by tracing the way light would hit on a reflective surface. That's essentially it. And you've got the basics down in the way you paint thinly. You could probably do like a zenithal, but instead of doing a black to white, do a brown to white, and then glaze this Japanese uniform, or maybe a Japanese uniform mixed with a little ice yellow, just a little bit, tiny little bit of that into this. You could probably glaze that over your brown or white zenithal, and you'd have a good little non-metallic gold. Okay. Because it's essentially just brown, yellow ochre-ish, less ochre-ish, and then a pastel yellow with some white for key spot points. And that's basically all it is 4 colors. And like I said, if you're doing zenithal and glazing, then you could do a brown to white zenithal and probably be covered by a yellow glaze. The main thing with non-metallic gold that gets most people is you typically, most of the time we're typically trying to make a model look good from every angle. Non-metallics tend to not always, but tend to only look good from one direction. So we have to break ourselves of that habit of making the model look good from all directions in an effort to concentrate on the non-metallic. Because it is a light study, and light does not change positions as you rotate, or as you rotate the model, the light should not change. But because I'm not describing it very well, but basically moving the model should change the way the light reflects on the model, and it doesn't because it's static, right? So therefore, rotating the model changes the way that non-metallic metal looks, and it looks less real. Okay. I hope that came across clear enough. I feel like I was having a little bit of a little aphasia there for some reason. Words were not coming out. Yeah, it's a 2D technique applied to 3D. Yeah, basically. So yeah. Now you can make. I've seen some non-metallic metal look very convincing, even from multiple angles. It's definitely a lot more time investment in that. I tend to just not go that route. I get enough of a suggestion, and that is usually good enough for me. Wow, I cannot believe we're an hour and a half in. Holy crap-a-doodle. I don't feel like I've done anything today, guys. I've been working at night. It does not feel like it. Yeah, that'd be a good place to try it. Yeah. This is a little bit of ice yellow mixed into our Japanese uniform. Okay. And then we'll do just a little bit of ice yellow. Oh, I don't know why, but sometimes Vallejo bottles just go everywhere. I'm anxious to paint that little dino. Still not sure how I want to do it. Would I want to do really vibrant colors, or more mute, more realistic, or what? I'm kind of like up in the air on it. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Angel's got a good reference for it. Now, his is relatively bright. Um, so that's why. And I normally paint very bright. So I was like, I'm really torn. I kind of want to do it very bright like I normally do, but at the same time, I kind of want to do something more realistic too. So I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air. Yeah, use it as reference for the chain exactly. That is a solid reference, my friend. Basing the color scheme off. Yeah, I saw your stream talking about that. Okay, so without too much fanfare, we got a suggestion of a non-metallic metal trim piece going around, like where the case comes together, that little lip that you have on all of them. There you go, Seabass. Yep. Okay, now we'll do the same thing basically for the handles, or the hardware up here on the handles. I've already got that color there. Let's go to, this is Japanese uniform here. I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time since I've seen Jurassic Park or any of the multitude of sequels. Did they have like a tattoo on the dinosaurs that state their claim on them, or was that just something from the toy line? The toys did. Okay. Okay. Because I would imagine if they were messing with DNA and stuff like that, they would have put a DNA marker as their signature, a property kind of thing versus a brand. But I was just curious. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've seen those movies. They were really pushing that mark. I gotcha. Okay. So now we're going to come back in with some of that yellow gold and the Japanese uniform. We're just going to basically make a little smaller reflective point, right? Chronotaurus is basically a T-Rex with horns. Ooh, nice. As if T-Rexes need to be any more terrifying, right? And then this is just pure ice yellow. Corners there. Okay, there we go. That little suitcase is done. So you see, that wasn't a whole lot going on. Like I said, for such a small detail like this, basically you only need the merest suggestion of a blend to get it there. And it's not really even a blend. It's just layers, right? Consecutively smaller layers of color to get that that appearance of a blend. Are dinosaurs monsters? I mean, most of them were closely related to modern day avians, and or a lot of them were related to modern day avians, and some were related to modern day alligators and crocodiles. So I guess do you consider birds monsters? Crocodiles and alligators definitely I want to put on the monster list, but the other half I wouldn't. So I guess we're depending on which one we're talking about. Birds aren't real. All right. So basically we do the same thing we did with that one right here on this one. Based on etymology, monsters are unnatural things. Oh, look at you coming in with the dropping the science on us there, Tiger. I thought we were just having a fun topic, and then you got to go get all sciencey. Oh, sciencey like. Hello, cat. It comes from 20 questions I once played. The answer was Jurassic Park. And when I was asked if there were monsters in the movie, I said no. Oh, okay. Word nerd. That sounds like a good t-shirt. I like that. This one just looks like it has a latch. Doesn't look like it has a handle on it. So I'll just do a single latch here. Paint it at the same time as we do the others. Actually, that could be a handle there. So just very, very, very fine handle. Sounds like a game that has been in dispute between friends for many years. Yeah. I know my friends and I have some Monopoly games that are still in dispute. Okay, so let's get that little handle painted up a bit better. Yeah, I see it now better from the side. From the top, it looked more like just the seam, like the seam of the case. But from the side, you definitely see the handle. Oh, B, that was a tricksy little thing you guys did. Trixie Hobbitses. Scrabble is the game that is in dispute for me and my brother for 10 plus years now. Oh boy, I can imagine. As one game I would not play with my aunt. She was a bit of a wordsmith. Did a lot of creative writing, poetry, wrote editorials for the paper and stuff like that. So she had a vocabulary on her that would make Webster cry. And she was not afraid to flaunt that sucker around when it came to Scrabble. I quickly got tired of losing my ass to that game. RX is not a legal word. I don't think so. I mean, that would be an abbreviation or something like that, right? Short for prescription. Although I don't know how it is short for prescription, but it is apparently short for. Oh, it comes from the Latin. Okay, that would make sense. That's the debate that's been raging for years. Wow. That should be a fairly succinct and total victory for you, I think. what you ought to do is write Milton Bradley and say, look, my brother and I have been having this debate for 10 years. He's wrong, isn't he? Between brothers, these things never die. Yeah, well, that's kind of true. All right. Whoa, that does not even, look at that. It doesn't even line up. Whoops. What the heck a doodle? Wow. So they're painting that line and then painting from the opposite side. And like, whoa, 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 whoa. They don't meet up. Yeah, heck a doodle. Yeah, sorry. Weird PG-13 words come out of my mouth sometimes. I normally cuss like a sailor, but I try to reel myself in here. I know we're not a Disney stream, but I still try to rein it in a little bit. So I will come up with some creative ones occasionally. Okay, just about done with this suitcase here. There's a couple little minute marks maybe. Wasn't sure if that was a Southernism or a replacement for cuss. Yeah, that was a replacement. Some strange demon chicken game. Hey, there's an idea for another board game. Demon chickens. What can we do with that? Well, there is already a demon chicken. You're right. You're right. I wasn't even thinking about that one. Dang. Here, I thought we had something. Heckadoodle can be an expansion to Bayou Bash. I like it. Does that mean I get a cut of it when it comes out? That rooster is completely stable. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Salty sea bass had to kill my dreams, man. All right. I forgot we had to do the back scene. Mm-hmm. Just because it's stable doesn't mean it's not demonic. That's kind of true. Okay. Back to that yellow, ice yellow and Japanese uniform mix. About halfway up from where we were. And then just some pure ice yellow. He's a mean mother clucker. I like that. I like that. That's good. Chickens can be mean, man. You have to watch out for those suckers. Okay. So now we're going to come back in and work on that handle right there. We're not going to do a whole lot because it's not much of a handle or much hardware there for the handle. Pulling a little bit of English uniform there. A little there. Then the mix of English and ice. And that. And then just plain old ice. Chickens are awful. They're the meanest barnyard animals. I would tend to agree with that. Well, ostrich and emus, that is true. They're not your typical farm animals. I mean, you know, not what people think of when you think of farms. But yeah, they can be right ornery as well. Okay. It does have a little bit of a seal. I'm just going to do a tiny bit of, no, we're not going to do gray because we already did gold on the handle. We're going to do a little bit of the non-metallic here, but it's just going to be on the top because the seam does not go all the way around. It does on the back side, just not on the front side. Oh boy. But geese, I've not had any interactions with geese, but I've heard they can be particularly annoying too, especially if they've recently had geeslings, whatever the hell their children are called. Gorak, how are you doing? Welcome in, sir. They're the spawn of Satan. Well, somebody apparently has had some interactions with them. One day you can be brought to detail your goose fight. Oh, wow. That does sound interesting. Tell us more. You know what? We need a nightmare version of the Empyrean Eagles as two-headed geese. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That would mess with some people, for sure. Yeah, I thought we were going to get to the edging tonight, Korat, but we spent a little more time on bags than I thought we were going to. So we didn't get to the edging. I kind of want to jump to something else for next stream, but at the same time, I kind of know that we need to finish this one up. So I'll let the audience vote. If you guys want to see me finish this guy up on stream, at least do the edging next stream and say something. Otherwise, we may move on to another piece. It is a lot of baggage. And I hadn't even done the one that goes on his back yet. That's the bad part. That's a big old box of baggage. Like Bilbo Baggins baggage, man. I have a lot of baggage to deal with. Yes, I do. So that's what I was wondering, if you guys want us to see me switch over to edging next time and then finish him up off stream, or do you want to see him start to finish here? We can do it either way. I don't care. Just let me know. Nightmare Edition geese from Ma Tucket. Just the geese. They are the writers. They ate the writers. Oh, wow. That would make sense. Okay, we are almost done with that bag. I'm going to try and get that orange one done before we run out of time. We're getting close, guys. We're at the very end here. Geese are major jerks. Yeah. That seems to be the general consensus. No one's met a nice goose. Okay. The only nice goose died in Top Gun. Oh, too soon. Too soon. That's almost as bad as Firefly and Wash, man. Can't be bringing him up, man. Been 40 years and you still can't bring it up. Still too soon. Geese will square up with almost anything. I've seen them try and cancel a few kids' traditional life. Wow. That's pretty bad. Okay. So let's see here. We got to do this bag here. I'm going to come back in with a little bit more of that Cavalry Brown and reinforce some of the upper areas and some of the areas between. Yeah, still too soon on that one. I mean, it is a most excellent joke, but it is still too soon. I'm sorry. It will always be too soon. It was the most senseless death I've seen in a movie ever, as far as I can remember. It was just like, yeah, I don't want to play this character anymore. Please kill me off. Kind of like the Han Solo one. I mean, that was contractually written into his contract that he had to be killed off because he hates Star Wars, which is so funny since Star Wars made him, that he literally hates it. If it hadn't been for Star Wars, he wouldn't be the star he is. Okay, we're down at the 5-minute warning, I think. Yeah. Or wait, no, we're not. We got 15 more minutes. What am I thinking? It's 5:30, right? Yeah. Okay, never mind. I'm an idiot. We're continuing to go, guys. Harrison Ford is probably the biggest movie star who hates being a movie star. Yeah. Yeah, American Graffiti, I don't think it really made his career. I think it got him maybe on the radar, but it did not make his career. Star Wars is what made him. Period. That might be a little too abrupt. We might have to come back in and mile that down a little bit. We'll see what it looks like when it's dry. This is scrofulous brown, I think. Yeah, that's a weird word, scrofulous. Scruffy looking nerf herder. Oh, it was a joke. Okay. All right. I wasn't sure if you were being serious. I was like, surely you're not serious, and don't call me Shirley. But yeah. Yeah. At least you picked up on that one. You're probably in my same age range there. If you got that one. I really need to go back and watch. I have not seen that probably since early 90 reruns. Okay. So yeah, I really need to go back and watch that. It's been ages. Yeah, permanently 29. Yeah, I used to say that for a while. I used to say I'm 29 with X number of years experience. And I just got done with it and just, screw it. This is how old I am. Deal with it. I'm still permanently young at heart. Okay, I'm going to mix a little bit of that scruffless with some of our Calvary brown because I think, like I said, it was a little too abrupt. So we'll kind of come in here and soften a few of those edges up a little bit. Deal with that. Get off my lawn and have it cloudy. You brought that up last night. I was laughing my ass off at that. That was funny. All right. Kind of getting this a little bit more in line where I wanted it. It just came off a little too bright, I think is what it was. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. All right. that mix back on here. Just do this back edge here. Okay. All right. So now we got to do the hardware on it, which is that little button there. Still a couple more little wrinkles right in here. Fill that up just a wee bit. Wait, you prefer charcoal? Did I miss something? Okay, coming in with a little bit of London Gray. We're going to do this one, this little latch here. We're going to do that silver. Just like a big button. Oh, you said now we're cooking with gas. Okay. I was like, where'd that come from? Oh, yeah, cooking with gas. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, for cooking out, nothing beats charcoal. That is for sure. I have a gas grill. I have a nice gas grill, a Gen Air, but it is not nearly as good as the stuff cooked over charcoal. I do prefer gas indoors, though. I like gas ranges. Come back with a little bit more of that London Gray again. Gonna pop on the top there. And then we're going to hit a little bit of neutral gray mixed with some white because it's just not quite light enough to make a difference. So put that and some white in it. If we can get my white to come out. Okay. One of these days I'll actually get around to building them out for my other camera so that we can show my palette cam, but for the moment we're still on the 2-cam setup. But I do think some of us streamers do have the 3-camera setup here. I just haven't done it yet. That multiple man army. I really want to add this big fella to your English Ivan squad. Definitely. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can add him to more than that since he is versatile, but yeah, he's a very cool model. I mean, I don't even know if he plays that good, but he is a cool model. So, and then just a bit of pure white right there, like so. Okay. So got done with that. The bags there that are on him, which is nice. They look relatively fancy. Having a gas range saved our behinds when the power was out for a week. Yep, exactly. We were without power for was it 14 or 17 days? I can't remember. But when Irma came through, and rocked Georgia, we weren't supposed to get it because where we are, Northeast Georgia, is not really coastal area, so we weren't supposed to get hit as hard as we did, but we got buffeted pretty good. I would not want to have been in the center of Irma. She was a bad girl. But it knocked our power out, and Georgia's governor had sent basically all of Georgia Power workers down to Florida to help them. So we didn't have anybody to help us when we were out of power. And it was 14 or 17 days we were without power. We got very, very lucky that we had a generator and we're able to keep the freezers going because, have a lot of food in the freezers and that would have gone bad in short order. So, yeah. Okay. So we're done with that, Duder. At this point, got about 7 more minutes. We'll do a little bit of edging, maybe, on his body. I already got the paint mixed up here. This is neutral gray, 1 to 2 with white. So 1 part neutral gray, 2 parts white. That side piece kind of dips off into a shadow, so we'll probably use a little bit lighter or darker color to edge the bottom piece of it. So we're just going to get kind of like the higher spots because this is almost a white. So we want to do our higher highlights with this. Thank you, Doug. I appreciate that. So I never really heard back from anybody. Do we want to see this guy finished on stream, or do you want me to start on a new project? Are you tired of looking at Big Boy? We've been working on him for, this is the 3rd stream, I think. So if you want to see something different, we have plenty to choose from. I'm going to rebuild that shadow just a wee bit here because we lost a bit of it. There we go. Okay, well, I guess we're just going to go with working on him next stream then. A little bit of a catch it from this little round doodad here. Yeah. The next time I am streaming will be the 31st at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, that'd be the next time I stream. I think tomorrow, I believe, starting at 8 Eastern, we have Big Dino, and then goodness, who was it after that? I think it's Ben. What time? We'll find it eventually. Yeah, Big Dino at 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, and then Ben at 12:30 Eastern tomorrow, and then What the Foe show at 3:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Oh, What the Foe has to reschedule. Do you guys want me to stream that day? I'd be happy to come in and do it tomorrow at 3:30. We can talk about that later, but yeah, I'd be happy to do that. So yeah, we got his bags done today. Did a little non-metallic metal trim on them. We did some weathering on them with some stippling. We started doing a little bit of edging on the metal, not a lot. We got his scarf done. We got his hat mostly done. We'll do a few more things in the hat. Yeah, so you can find me there at that Willow link provided in chat right there. That provides all my social medias, both my Twitch channels, my Facebook, my Instagram, my web store. If you're into 10 millimeter war games, I print those. Thank you so much, Tiger. I do appreciate that. I typically stream on the weekends, so if you guys don't have anything to do around 9 p.m. Eastern, come over and check me out. I do appreciate it. Yeah, so I think that's basically everything. Yeah, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. We look forward to seeing you in our next stream. So have a great day.